Ghana, a beacon of hope. A nation that dared to dream of a brighter future. A land where the echoes of political violence were thought to be banished to the past. But hope can be fragile. Dreams can be shattered. The ghost of violence has returned, casting a long shadow over Ghana's hard-won peace. The abolition of vigilante groups, a promise made, a commitment declared. A step towards a future where differences were settled through dialogue, not through the menacing clang of machetes. Yet the violence persists, a venomous serpent coiled around the heart of Ghanaian politics. This is a story of betrayal. A betrayal of hope. A betrayal of trust. A betrayal of the very ideals upon which Ghana stands. It is a story that must be told, a story that demands to be heard. The future of Ghana hangs in the balance. Will it succumb to the darkness of violence, or will it rise again, stronger, more determined, a testament to the enduring power of peace? 2024. A year etched in the memory of every Ghanaian. The air crackled with anticipation, with the promise of a new era. The presidential elections approached, a stage set for a clash of ideologies, a battle for the soul of a nation. But beneath the surface of hope, a current of unease stirred. Whispers of intimidation, rumors of threats, the specter of violence looming large. The past, it seemed, was not content to remain buried. Incidents, small at first, then growing bolder, more brazen. A rally disrupted, a campaign office vandalized, the ominous thud of stones against metal, the shattering of glass, a prelude to something more sinister. The elections passed, a new president sworn in. Yet the violence lingered, a festering wound on the body politic. The shadows of 2024 continue to haunt Ghana, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. They emerge from the shadows, these merchants of fear. Drawn to the intoxicating allure of power, they are the tools of a dangerous trade, the enforcers of a corrupt system. They are the street thugs, the foot soldiers of Ghana's political underworld. Loyal only to their paymasters, they operate with impunity, their allegiance bought and paid for with cash, promises, and the intoxicating elixir of influence. They are the muscle, the force, the blunt instrument used to silence dissent, to intimidate opponents, to ensure victory by any means necessary. Their methods are crude, their tactics brutal. Intimidation, threats, violence. They are the embodiment of fear, their presence a constant reminder of the precariousness of peace. They are a cancer on Ghana's democracy, a threat to its stability, a stain on its conscience. The digital age, a time of interconnectedness, of instant communication, of the democratization of information. Yet like any powerful tool, social media has a dark side, a capacity for harm that is as potent as its potential for good. In the hands of Ghana's political thugs, social media transforms into a weapon, a platform for intimidation, a virtual battleground where fear is the currency of choice. Videos surface online, grainy images of young men, their faces contorted in a menacing sneer, brandishing weapons, issuing threats, their words dripping with malice. These videos, shared widely, go viral, spreading like wildfire through the digital ecosystem. They are a deliberate tactic, a calculated strategy to instill fear, to silence opposition, to create an atmosphere of anxiety and unease. The digital space, once a haven for free expression, becomes a breeding ground for hate, a platform for the normalization of violence. The line between the virtual and the real blurs, the consequences all too tangible. Section 5. A nation on edge. The corrosive impact of political violence. Fear. It seeps into the very fabric of society, a corrosive acid that eats away at the bonds of trust and community. It poisons the well of public discourse, stifles dissent, and creates a climate of self-censorship. The threat of violence hangs heavy in the air. People are afraid to speak out, afraid to express their opinions, afraid to challenge the status quo. They retreat into themselves, their silence a testament to the chilling effect of fear. This is the legacy of political violence, a society living on edge, its citizens held hostage by fear. It is a slow, insidious poison that erodes the very foundations of democracy. Section 6. Seeds of distrust, eroding public faith in democracy. Democracy thrives on trust. Trust in institutions, trust in leaders, trust in the electoral process. Yet, when violence becomes an accepted part of the political landscape, that trust begins to erode. People lose faith in the ability of the system to protect them, to represent their interests, to provide a peaceful and equitable society. They become disillusioned, apathetic, cynical. The seeds of distrust take root, sprouting into a tangled thicket of anger, resentment, and alienation. The very legitimacy of the democratic process is called into question, creating a fertile ground for extremism, instability, and conflict. Section 7. Breaking the cycle, towards a future free from political thuggery. Hope. It is a flicker in the darkness, a fragile flame that must be shielded from the winds of despair. Breaking the cycle of political violence in Ghana is not an impossible dream, but it requires a collective effort, a commitment from all segments of society. The law must be applied equally, regardless of political affiliation. The culture of impunity that shields perpetrators of violence must end. Justice must be swift, transparent, and equitable. Education is key. Young people must be taught the value of peace, tolerance, and respect for differing viewpoints. Critical thinking skills must be nurtured, empowering them to reject the lure of violence and extremism. Section 8. A call to action. Citizens and leaders unite against violence. The responsibility to build a peaceful and prosperous Ghana rests on the shoulders of every citizen. Silence is not an option. Apathy is not a solution. Citizens must raise their voices, demanding accountability from their leaders, denouncing violence in all its forms. They must engage in peaceful dialogue, bridge divides, and foster a culture of tolerance and respect. Leaders, for their part, must demonstrate a genuine commitment to peace. They must reject the use of violence as a political tool, hold perpetrators accountable, and work tirelessly to build a society where differences are respected and dialogue is valued over violence. Section 9. Ghana's Crossroads, Choosing Peace Over Fear. Ghana stands at a crossroads. One path leads to a future shrouded in darkness, where violence reigns and fear dictates the terms of engagement. The other path, though challenging, offers the promise of a brighter tomorrow, a future where peace prevails and the voices of all Ghanaians are heard and respected. The choice is clear. The time for action is now. Let the world know that Ghana chooses peace. Let history record that this nation once again rose to the challenge, summoning the courage to break free from the shackles of violence and build a future worthy of its proud heritage.